Everyone, today we are going to discuss the problem on root locus. The first problem is sketch the complete root locus for the given transfer function g of s into h of s equal to k divided by s into s plus 1, s plus 2, s plus 3. As for the steps, step number 1, identify the poles and zeros. So all the zeros which are present in numerator and all the poles which are present in the denominator. First, identify the zeros. From the numerator, there is no any s coefficient, hence zeros is 0. Then you have to identify the poles. So in the denominator, there are the 3 poles, s into s plus 1, s plus 2 and s plus 3. So equate it to 0 means, if you are equate s equal to 0, we will get the first pole s equal to 0. Then s plus 1 equal to 0, then s equal to minus 1. Similarly, equate s plus 2 equal to 0, then you will get s is equal to minus 2. Similarly, s plus 3 equated to 0, then s equal to minus 3. Then you have to mark poles and zeros. How to mark the poles and 0? Draw the line, imaginary line and vertical lines. So this horizontal line we can call it as real axis, and vertical line we can call it as imaginary. Then from this vertical and imaginary line, you have to mark the points. That is the first pole. Mark the poles and zeros. Poles and zeros. If you mark the poles, the first pole is 0. Pole should be marked as circle symbol and all the zeros should be marked as cross mark symbol. So first pole is 0, then second pole it is minus 1, third pole that is minus 2 and fourth pole is minus 3. To trace the path, if addition of poles and zeros, if it is odd number, then so if it is odd number, addition of pole plus 0, if it is odd number, then the root locus will exist. If addition of pole plus 0, if it is even, then there is no root locus. We can call it as NRL. So if it is root locus means we can use RL. So that will be shown in the graph here. So root locus means this is the first pole. After this first pole, whatever the path is there, you can consider root locus. So one first pole, second pole, there are the 2 poles. Then it is even number. After this pole, there is no root locus because it is an even. Then again 1, 2, 3. So there are the total number of poles and 0 is 3. After this path, you will get the root locus. So that is RL. So then the next step number 3 is angle of asymptotes. To find the angle of asymptotes, we have to use the formula theta equal to 2q plus 1 into 180 divided by p minus z. So then you have to substitute q value. How to substitute the q value means this q is depending on the value of p minus z. So in the given problem, so number of poles, so just look at here, number of poles 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is p equal to 4. Then zeros. So zeros will be number of zeros. So there is no zeros in the problem, so answer is 0. Then you will get the 4. So then substitute the values of q here. So 2q plus 1. If q equal to 0, so that is the 2 into 0 plus 1 into 180 divided by 4. So you will get 45. Similarly, find the value of theta 2, you will get 135. Then theta 3, 225. Theta 4 is 315. These are all the 3 steps. Next we shall move on to the next step number 4. What is the step number 4 says? To find the value of centroid. So to find the centroid, you can use the formula summation sigma is equal to summation of real parts of poles minus summation z. So real parts of poles, in the given problem, the real parts will be, just look at here. So this is the real values, that is real part is s equal to 0, then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. This we can call it as real values or real part of root locus. So hence here you have to substitute these values 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. Minus of summation of centroid is 1.5. So then you have to draw the rough sketch, just only marking angle of, that is centroid, using centroid. So I will draw this is real axis and this is imaginary axis. So mark the centroid. Centroid is how much? 1.5. So using the centroid 1.5, I have to mark the remaining values. Centroid is 1.5. Take the protector, place it here, mark the first angle. So what is the theta 1? We know that theta 1 is here. So you should note down the theta values. Theta 1 is how much? 45. Theta 2 is 135. Theta 3 225, and theta 4 it is 315. So you can mark the points centroid first, then mark the angle theta 1, that is you will get 45 degree. Then you have to mark, similarly you have to mark the values theta 2 135 degree, then theta 3 225, theta 4 is 315. So after finding the centroid, the next step of root locus is finding the breakaway point. So this breakaway point is depending on if there is no complex poles or poles in the root locus. How it will be appear complex? How it look like means complex poles. Let us take one example. Suppose f s equal to minus 2 plus r minus j3. So this kind of values or this kind of poles we can call it as complex pole. If the poles having the complex roots, then you will get break in points. If there is no complex part, or complex part in the poles, so we will get breakaway points. So here look at this problem. So all are real values, that is the poles are real. So hence can use find the breakaway point. To find the breakaway point, we can use this formula: 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0. We know that g of s into h of s. Substitute this, then you have to simplify it. We will get this equation here. So to find the breakaway point, rewrite this equation in terms of k. We will get minus s power 4 minus 6x cube minus 11s square minus 6s. So then you have to differentiate with respect to s. So s power 4, if you differentiate means minus 4s cube minus 6x cube. So 6 3 is 18, s cube become s square minus 11 2 is 22. 11s square means 22s minus equal to 0. So then you have to equate it to 0, means if you rewrite the equation, we will get 4s cube plus 18s square plus 22s plus 6 equal to 0. So this is the breakaway point. Then you have to check the valid breakaway point. So this is the roots of equation. From this roots of equation, either the breakaway point is valid or invalid. How to find the roots for this cubic equation? To find the roots, we can use trial and error method. Trial and